Hey guys, welcome back to this commentary of Glitchmas. We're back for Crash Bandicoot 2. I'm here with Space Chicken, otherwise known as David.
Yes, that's me. David.
And Space Chicken.
David and Andy. We sound so normal when we're just names, you know?
Exactly.
We don't sound insane at all.
Like Crash Bandicoot. I suppose now is a cool time to... Okay, first, I've got so many things I want to talk about right now with this. First off, I'll say this is the most annoying glitch ever, and you have to count a lot. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah. I lost count. I did this 5 times.
Oh my gosh.
And each time I got different
200
results.
bounces?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous. Because if you even mess up slightly... Oh, it was horrible. I didn't enjoy this one bit. That's why I only did one glitch for this game. But the thing was, again, we've got this snow theme happening. So...
Right. You know, this was actually my first and only Crash Bandicoot game I've ever played or owned.
Wow.
Which is just like kind of embarrassing for me to say that because I feel like Crash Bandicoot's such a heritage of video gaming.
He is, but at the same time, I don't know.
He disappeared.
Yeah, exactly.
He became Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
You know? It's like the Naughty Dog moved on.
They did.
Sad.
I'm kind of glad they did, but
yeah.
With the, you know...
Which, by the way, Uncharted 1 looks like garbage now.
Oh, it's
Have you noticed
terrible.
That? When they remastered it, it looks like a PS2 game.
It's
which it was so groundbreaking for the PS3. We're like, oh, it looks amazing.
It just looks plasticky. It looks like they're made of like toys. It looks like they're made of toys.
It looks like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, it does. You could tell that they're the same developer.
Right, he's like a were person where he slowly turned into Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
But I think is the lore.
But I feel he had a better life for it, you know. He went on bigger adventures. There were set pieces. He met a girl. Right. He settled down.
Yeah. Vegetation. Yeah. Lighting effects. You know.
It's so good, you know. He
explosions.
He had a better world to go to, you know. I feel like he really aspired to be something more than, you know, an orange pant wearing Bandicoot. You know. He had a higher calling in life. What do you want to, you know?
Right.
Look how monotonous this glitch is. And you had to jump on the tails. How ridiculous is that? God, I feel angry just watching this. By this point of making Glitchmas, I was at my most angry, I think.
Oh, I bet.
I was like, okay.
Were you ever like, is there any other game I could do? Did you have that idea where it's like...
so at this point, day 8 was going to be... it was going to be a completely different thing. And it just wasn't working out, and the reason was because the thing I was gonna do it was a like a really bad. It was meant to be a bad game. It was you know how I mentioned like GameStop. Well, our equivalent of that over here, they're simply just called Game. Very inventive. They brought out a game called Christmas Shopper. It did the rounds. A lot of guys over in the States had played it. A lot like big YouTubers had played it as funny videos. But it was like, is this a glitch or is this just so badly programmed, like intensely badly programmed, that I can't really cover this? Like, so I just scrapped that, and I'll get to that in the next episode when we hit that.
Ooh, incentive.
Because that for me was the most crunch point of this whole thing. Actually, I've had no, that's not even true. This whole process was hard, but I'm trying to find light in the darkest places with this.
Right? Is this commentary just you kind of descending into lunacy?
Yeah, kind of.
Like at the end of this commentary, you'll just be in the fetal position, and I
think I already am a little bit. I've got my arms folded.
So you record this. This is from the iPhone.
Yeah. See, it's not bad for the iPhone. But I wanted like me to be slightly more in focus and the background to be blurred. Okay, so that was Crash Bandicoot, probably the most annoying glitch I'll ever do. Only because I had to count a ton and screwed it up and lost count. And you had to jump on the tails. What's that about? So that was...
Hashtag Blue House Skip.
Oh. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. That was terrible. Blue House Skip. I still have nightmares. I can't listen to the music in that kind of area without crying a little bit inside. Okay, so moving on to... right, so Shenmue. Okay. This was not on the list at any point until 2 days prior to this episode going out.
This is on the list after Glitchmas finished.
Yep. This might have actually been... No, it wasn't even the last thing I shot. So so that whole intro was written for something completely different. It was written for this Christmas shopper game.
Oh my.
That's why I segued into this, and it was I don't even want to pat myself on the back and call it a stroke of genius, but in a way it was, because nobody would even know that this,
right.
You know, but this was like, I mean, look at this. I had to do this game. Look how Christmassy it is. And there's Santa, and like, I got this game for Christmas back in, I want to say 2000, so I'm like 15, 16 at that point.
Right.
And so I really wanted to do this game. I knew how Christmas it was, but I didn't know if there was enough stuff to cover, and then I really started looking into it, and there was, and I was like, cool, I'm going to scrap this Christmas shopper game, but that left me with this already shot live action stuff, and I was like, how am I going to make this work? And so I just had this stroke of genius where Ryo Hazuki is in the shop looking for fish for a cat or whatever it was. I don't remember.
All right.
The other thing is, I'd already done this glitch in a previous video. Like, this was episode, I want to say 8 or something like that of the series. So kind of strange that it became day 8. That's kind of weird now to think about it.
Yeah, there you go. Illuminati confirmed.
Oh yeah. So what's the other funny thing about this? So in order to get this to be Christmassy in the game with the snow and everything and Santa, you begin the game in like
I remember you talking about this.
So it's day 3 when you start the game, and by it's December 3rd, sorry, and by December 24th it snows, as you can clearly see. Which means I had to start a whole new game and just leave my Dreamcast running in the corner of the room while I worked on other episodes for about a day. I left it just running. So Ryo Hazuki's he's just stood in his room, and you can see the little clock in the bottom right-hand corner. That's just ticking. That's just ticking across. And I'm just and every time the day changed, I had to save to make sure like I wasn't losing a day anywhere. And so eventually it turned to day 20, the 24th of December, and I could finally start actually doing stuff with the game. But I had to do everything within that day, or because I don't know how long the snow lasts. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, thankfully a lot of this stuff was really, really easy.
Sure. Well, I like how this game is like, it's meaningful to you.
Yeah.
This is a piece of Andy in 12 Days of Glitchmas. I mean, you know, that's cool that this was able to come in, because it was like, you said you got this for Christmas.
Yeah. So
it's like, it just ties it all together.
This is why I'm so happy that I did this whole thing, because every time I think about it, or I think about the games that are in it, I think about just Christmas. So it's got like a certain nostalgia value. It's exactly like you say. This is like kind of a part of me, a part of like my history, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
It's really weird.
And one day those will be fond memories of 12 Days of Glitchmas.
Yeah, not like right now, where I still hate myself a little bit for putting myself through that. Well, it wasn't just me, because another aspect of this whole process was the fact that Elliot, my son, was only like what was he? He was just coming up to his. Was he 1.5? 1.5, yeah, because he's 2.5 now. So he was 1.5. So my girlfriend kept having to like take him out of the house so I could just work, because he, you know, because of the noise and stuff.
Because he's being a toddler.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's not his fault, but like, Daddy's got to make some Glitchmas episodes.
Right.
And he can't do that with a child in the house.
Exactly.
I don't know why I've adopted this voice, but. But yeah, so that was another like side of the whole thing that was just, it was difficult to make for that reason. For the many reasons, not just that reason. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, people need to understand that not only are these videos difficult to create, that's before you even enter in the whole idea that we live in the real world as well.
Exactly.
So it's like there's other variables on top of that put a tremendous amount of pressure on these things. So
yeah, I mean, it's exactly that. But then you end up with stuff like this, which I'm really proud of. I mean, look.
Yeah,
look at
the end of the day, you come out with something that you get to call your own and be happy about.
Yeah.
So that's super cool.
I love this glitch.
Super cool.
I'm going to talk about this glitch for a second, because I just love this.
Sure.
It was kind of difficult to set up.
Let's talk about the video.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I haven't talked about episodes enough. But I wanted to go into more of the process behind it. Anyway, I'm doing it again. So this is a funny glitch, because the head's just is like, whoa, I'm not supposed to be looking that way. It's just kind of weird. Wee. I don't know why I didn't include this in the first episode I ever did of this game. I knew about it. I just didn't.
That's
I just
funny.
didn't care about it. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I love this. This is brilliant. This whole sequence. I said this was terrifying, and somebody in the comments was like, "How is that terrifying?" I was like, "It's not, but I have to have a descriptive word for it." I love that kind of like the way he twists. Go in the ear. Drink the drink in the ear.
It sounds like he's trying to listen to it.
I can hear the sea.
Yeah.
Look at this shirt. There. I think I was having a lot of fun with this. I love when glitches like this.
I feel like your joy really comes out in this episode. Yeah. Like you sound really happy. Like you sound happy always now.
Yeah.
But just your excitement.
What you mean when I'm not making this show?
Right,
when I'm not making this Glitchmas series. The show is never. I'll say now that making regular episodes of the show, it's never as bad as this was. The reason this was so hard to make was the pressure. I wanted to stick to the 12 days. I wanted it to all happen before Christmas and not afterwards, so I didn't want to miss a day as well. I really wanted you guys at home to be able to just have a new episode the next day and know it was coming and not be like, oh, he missed a day or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, these are the length of normal episodes.
I know some of them are, yeah.
And they take like a month to make.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, or like a couple weeks or whatever, depending on what's going on. But that's just an insane amount of work and video editing and polishing and humor making. And
do you know what it is? I'll tell you the secret to this. I'll tell you the secret to it. I just really, really hate myself. That's the secret. I just really hate myself. Okay, so
that's all I have to do.
Yeah, just hate yourself
be successful.
a ton. And it really pays off. Okay, so episode 9, Nights into Dreams, one of my all-time favorite games, purely because Christmas nights is a thing. As I'm saying here.
I've never played this game, and I own it.
It's just such an original game. I love it. Ah, there you go. There it is. Christmassy. It's so strange because before the channel got big, I made an episode all about Christmas nights. It wasn't a glitch. It was more of like a review. So it's kind of weird to revisit the same game in a different context.
Right.
But this was like a must. This was always on the list. I just had to find a way to get it actually in there. And thankfully, this stunt ribbon glitch is actually a glitch. Well, I guess it maybe is more of an exploit, but I needed more material, so I had to say a thing. Okay, don't kill me.
People get weird about the semantics.
I know they do. That's not a glitch. That's an exploit. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, but just let me have.
It's something you're not supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, exactly. Sonic Team weren't sitting there going, look, program it so when you hug the wall, points can be made. That wasn't a thing they said that could happen.
Right, yeah. The first negative comment I remember is, these are not glitches. You're just going out of bounds.
It makes me sad inside.
And beforehand, like, I always thought that was just under the general veil of glitch. Like, I just thought it was all kind of a part of one thing.
Yeah.
That,
I mean, this thing that's coming up now, would you describe... This is completely a glitch. And I never even knew this was a thing until, I started researching it. I wish I'd have known this as a kid. This is cool. I mean, it's not mind-blowing, but it's like... Being able to get out of bounds in this game is particularly, wow, because it's so on rails, I guess, is the...
Right.
And it's trippy, as I said. It's like, wow.
That is cool.
This is what I feel like having really hardcore drugs must be like.
Yeah, like when you are outside of the boundaries in a game, just like all rules of reality are gone.
Yeah, and it's a really weird feeling inside.
Yeah. So did you ever have any fever dreams where you're just replaying all this imagery in your brain as you're?
I had one last week. Honest to God, I did, because I just finished Donkey Kong Country glitches, and that's when I got really sick. I'm still a bit you might be able to hear.
Right.
I've got a little bit of a cold or whatever, but that was the start
so
of it,
cough
and I woke up in the middle of the night, just really hot, and I was dreaming about Donkey Kong Country. I was waking up for a second, going back to sleep, and still continuing that dream. I was like, the feeling, I don't remember it exactly, but the feeling was, oh, I've missed a glitch. I've missed a glitch. I've missed a glitch in Donkey Kong Country. I need to remake the video.
I've missed something. Yeah.
And then I was so stuffy and bunged up. I just my kind of like thing for that is just to wake up and just go downstairs and just sit upright until I kind of, decongest, I guess.
I hate that.
And this is, I'll just talk about this so-called glitch. This was something I found in a Wikipedia. There's absolutely no video evidence of it at all.
Oh.
And I couldn't get it to trigger myself.
Right.
But it just wouldn't happen. And I was really gutted about it because I really wanted to see the game crash.
Sure, so it sounded cool.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, how did I manage to get so much stuff out of this? This is like 4 minutes already.
Like you said, this is a game that you wanted to do, so it's like you kind of naturally just pulled to getting a bunch of stuff out of it.
This is kind of funny. Whee.
You know, I love this era of Sega because it's like post, like Great Sonic.
Yeah.
But it's like they had a bunch of other stuff that they were doing that was actually fun.
I love how inventive they were back in the day.
I know.
I think they still are, but they just don't have the platform to do it like they used to.
Yeah.
This is a dumb glitch.
Man. Dude, the fishing game that they did.
Oh, what Sega Bass Fishing?
Yes.
I mean, who invents that? Like,
it's so crazy and
crazy.
Like Japanese and
yeah.
Oh, who could make fishing that like just crazy?
Definitely Sega.
Amazing. Only Sega.
So that's part 3, I guess. Me and Space Chicken will see you in the 4th and final part, where we're going to be seeing the days 10, 11, and 12. So
yes.
So how much do I hate myself? Yes, it's quite a lot.
10 out of 10.
It's 10 out of 10.